welcome to Win Over Depression. I am your host, Tamara Trotter, and today we'll be talking about 10 reasons to slow down. You know, we really need to recognize that we're not getting any younger, and we need to be aware of our surroundings. We need to slow down. These are my 10 reasons to slow down. Number 1, slow down before you go down. And what I mean by that is you cannot be on a constant upswing and expect to be healthy and able to carry out the task that you must accomplish day after day. You have to get your rest. You have to eat healthy. And if you're not doing those things, it will not be long before you go down. Number 2, tomorrow is certainly not promised to any one of us. We need to slow down, watch what we're doing, and take time to smell the flowers because time is moving so fast. Kids are growing up faster than ever, and we need to just take a pause and just relax. Number 3, when we move too fast, we make costly mistakes. So if we need to get up earlier so that we're not rushing in the morning, we need to do that. Because when we move too fast and mistakes happen, we have no idea how much it will cost us or someone else. Number 4, when we move too fast, we drop our guard and accidents are more likely to happen. We drop our guard because we are constantly thinking about something else in our mind, and we are not focusing on what's in front of us and what we are currently doing. Contrary to popular belief, we really cannot multitask as much as we think we can. You can only really concentrate on one thing at a time. That is, if you are operating in excellence and giving it your all and your best. You cannot be focused on 2 things at a time. Number 5, when we move too fast, we lose strategic thinking ability. It's just like being impaired when we're driving a car. Your reflexes are not the same. You don't have the ability to respond as quickly because we have compromised our strategic thinking ability. We have got to slow down before something catastrophic happens in our life to cause us so much pain and suffering. And I'm speaking to myself because I know that I need to slow down. And that is why I have selected this topic for this episode. Number 6, we need to slow down and think things through. We should never be making decisions when we're upset, when we're not feeling well, when our mind is not really capable of dealing with whatever is before you. Yes, we compartmentalize, but at the same time, when we do that, we have to make sure that we are thinking things through. So sometimes you need to just sleep on it or pray on it and don't make the decision until clearer thinking prevails. Do not make a large purchase or a major decision when you're tired and you haven't weighed all of the pros and cons. Make a list that represents the pros to you following through with this decision. And then make a list about the cons and make a well-informed decision, one that is based on strategic thinking and not based on emotions. Because remember, 75% of the decisions that we make are based on emotion, and only 25% are based on rational thought. So we need to make sure that we're making decisions when we are thinking rationally. Bounce the decision off of a good friend to see whether it makes sense to them, and be prepared to change the decision if a friend who knows you very well is saying, I don't think it's in your best interest. Number 7, we need to slow down, because there is absolutely nothing worth rushing for. Because again, when we rush, we cannot continue to see the prize. We have got to be able to keep our eyes on the prize. And we won't be able to do that if we are rushing. That's when costly mistakes happen. That's when accidents happen. And that's when we are completely thrown off kilter. Number 8, we need to slow down, because we are precious cargo. You're precious. Your kids are precious. Your loved ones are precious. And we never want to be in a situation where we jeopardize ourselves. We have got to slow down, people. We have got to slow down. When we move too fast, it causes anxiety. And when we have anxiety, we know that we're not at our best decision-making capability. So if you know that you suffer from anxiety and depression, it is incumbent upon you to relieve your anxiety by trying to plan ahead. Now, I know when you suffer with depression, that's difficult, because sometimes you wake up, you don't feel like it. You just kind of move about slowly. Nothing seems to really be too important. And then by the time you need to be somewhere or start a task or whatever it is, you tend to run out of time. And that's what happens when you suffer with a mental illness. But do your best and do yourself a favor by helping decrease your own anxiety by slowing down. Number 10, when we move too fast, then we are not able to be efficient. We need to slow down, because fast is not necessarily efficient. Because you're going to make mistakes, you're going to overlook important details because we're moving too fast. And I cannot stress this enough. I know that you have friends and family in your life that need to hear this episode about slowing down. Especially, number 1, slow down before you go down. Mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. Slow down. And for your homework, I'd like for you to write down 3 to 5 ways that you are going to slow down. 3 to 5 ways about how you are going to slow down. Share those ways with me in the chat or whatever environment that you're listening to this podcast on, let me know. How are you going to slow down? I never like to end my podcast without first thanking you so very much for listening. I am continuing to grow. I am continuing to reach more markets that I could possibly imagine. And it's all because of my valuable listeners who are spreading the word about win over depression. We have a quest to reduce suicide in this country because every 50 seconds, someone is ending their life. Just this week, a child hung herself because she went to school on the first day and the bullying started up again. And it was so sad to see her parents filled with despair because they lost their daughter to suicide. You can find me on Pinterest at TT Mental Health Expert. You can find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, to name a few, all at Tamara Trotter. If you would like to support this podcast, consider becoming a patron. Go to www.patreon.com. That's patreon.com/Tamara Trotter. That's TAMERA, last name Trotter, TROTTER. I will see you next time. Remember, giving up is never an option. We must stay in the game of life. Take care, my friends.